Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Trek YT here, or Nick, back at it again with another base showcase episode. And I know you guys love these episodes so much, so I'm going to try to do these at least once every 2 weeks this entire summer because I'm going to have plenty of time to do so. So if you guys have any ideas for certain bases you guys want to see, like sizes, stuff like that, leave them down in the comment section below. And before we get on with this episode, I want to take a little second to explain something. So everybody new to this channel normally has asked for schematics for these types of builds. So I want to run with you guys why I don't put schematics in my builds. I feel like this should be more of an inspiration series than it should be, hey, copy Trek because he did something cool. So basically the reason why I'm not doing that is because, well, I learned to build just like you guys need to learn, so I feel like you guys should have to do what I had to do, work through it. I never was as good of a builder as I am now, so I think you guys should have to do exactly what I did because it's better to learn something than to just copy somebody, because then you can repeat the process in the future. So I just feel like me putting schematics in my builds would just, I guess, defeat the purpose of having that, I guess, opportunity to learn how to build rather than to just copy. So the reason why I do this series is so that way you guys can see the possibilities that are out there for building, I guess, awesome faction bases, because people tend to not do that. But guys, I just want to let you guys know, I'm sorry if you guys are looking for schematics, but that's probably never going to happen on the channel. I think I did it in 1 or 2 videos, and then from now I actually decided that I don't want to do it anymore because I just feel like I want you guys to learn rather than to just copy. So without further ado, guys, let's move on to this episode. But I apologize for those people looking for schematics because you are not going to find them here. So guys, we got a pretty cool base lined up for today, and so first thing first, you can probably recognize these arches. This arch is actually from my previous video that was 2 videos back. It was the arches video. I wanted to show you guys how you guys can use arches in a variety of builds. I know my past base showcase build also contained arches, but I just really want to show the emphasis on how arches can make something look a lot more grand. So this is probably where you're going to set your spawn point, or somewhere over there. You've got tons of storage in this, I guess, base, but what you're looking for is this main focal alleyway, because when you're walking down this, it's pretty focal, it's pretty immense, it's pretty awesome, and then it opens up to this grand canopy. So we'll take a look at that in a second. So first things first, let's go ahead and look at the way we did our, I guess, storage. So I tried to do something a little bit more believable, because I know everyone comments in videos saying that storage would never hold up, but I don't know how storage holds up. You guys can do that however you guys want. So basically how I did this is I did my normal encasing method. You can see that I got my main beam right here, and then I've got my walls and stuff on the outside, but I wanted to try something a little different. Instead of having an arch like over there that goes across the main part of it, I wanted to have the arches like not going over it, just have a straight beam to take away from this part and more look at the arches. But they're also pretty awesome at the same time because they've got like this little column on the side of them, but it doesn't have that main little arch over the top. So this is a great way to show that there's immense possibilities for actually, I guess, beautifying your, I guess, storage thing, because you don't have to do just a, I guess, arch over top like I've said in the past. You can do many different things. You can even make them not the focal point in your base. You can make them just there and functional, and then just have other things like these beautiful arches that are your focal points. So this base is sort of a T-shaped with a massive canopy in the center, and let's take a look at this canopy and why I chose to do this. This is a very organic canopy. For this base, if you can look, let's take a look back. I'm trying to think of this as like, I guess, overrun forest base. That's like the theme for this. Basically, this base was just captured up by a forest and just eaten alive, and it looks awesome in my opinion because there's so much random foliage everywhere, and for some reason that's just my thing. I really like putting in, I guess, foliage, putting in, I guess terraforming. I guess it's just something I really think looks really cool in Minecraft. If you can turn some sort of structure into being overgrown by, I guess, wilderness, it just looks really cool to me. And so this massive canopy is pretty awesome. There's probably something you could use this for functional wise, but I decided to just keep it awesome looking because, you know, it's just awesome. That's what I normally try to strive for. So one thing you guys can probably notice about this canopy is it has 4 columns that are holding it up, but they're not just going to jump out at you by, I guess, looking at them. There's these trees that are on the side. These are like 4 little columns in the corners, but they work really well as, I guess, supports, but you don't really notice that because they're very artistic and they're very creative, but they really are sort of, I guess, a believable, realistic idea of how something could be supported, because they're little literal columns that are holding up this canopy. And I think it's just really cool how it just was overgrown up top because it just kind of ate alive. I already said that, but I think that's pretty cool in my opinion. And you can see on the ceilings of all the rest of these, I guess, little areas is also being eaten alive by this, I guess, wilderness theme. It looks really cool how it goes over the arches and stuff, and then it comes down to a central tree on the end as well. And it does that on all three, I guess, sectors. So I guess something that you guys could probably take away from this base is how immense this base is. And you guys are probably thinking this base is too big to be a real base. Well, this base is actually a 64 by 64 block wide base, which is a 4-chunk base, which is definitely a believable base for somebody who has a massive faction. And this base could also go way up high too because it's such a large claim. So this is probably just one layer, and you could probably have a bunch of awesome looking layers. And one thing I want to, I guess, talk about right now is how this is a T-shape, so that means there's space behind this and space behind that. And so what I was thinking for that, I didn't design anything for it, but this is what I was mentally thinking is if you have like some sort of like members in your faction that you want to have access to the base, but you don't want them to have access to this part of the base. You know how, I guess, in Rush's videos, he would have like little cubbies over on the outskirts of the base that are protected by their walls and stuff, but are not able to be accessed by anybody but those members that are only allowed in there because they are not allowed in this part of the base. So I just thought that would be a cool idea to, I guess, to have this T-shaped main section, but also have the ability to have little, I guess, boxes on the outside. And as you can notice, guys, I didn't do a pathway in this base because I just wanted it to be overgrown everywhere. I just wanted it to be totally eaten alive by the wilderness because I thought that would be a really cool idea. So I decided not to put any path in it. It works fine, and I think that this base came out amazing. I mean, there's plenty of storage. That's kind of, I guess, the normal thing that I do, but just looking at these arches just makes things look so grand. It makes things look so awesome because it's just so grand. Like, you have to walk through this immense arch that's so detailed that it just looks amazing. I don't know. I just really like the way that this base came out, and I'm really happy that I decided to do an overgrown theme. So this is where the video is going to be coming to a wrap. If you guys did take anything away from this base, definitely let me know on any building tips that you picked up on that I used in this base, because I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that are actually watching my videos to become better builders, and I've actually seen some people's progress because they've been tweeting at me on my Twitter, and I think it's really cool that I'm actually inspiring people to get a little bit better at building in Minecraft. So I think that's really amazing. So one thing that I've been thinking about doing, and I really want to do, is I want to get somebody's fan build in here. I want to do somebody else's, I guess, build. I want them to build it and then me to just do what I normally do and walk through it. So if you guys have a cool little faction base, a one roomer base like this, can be like 1 level or 2 levels, but it's basically got to be around, I guess, not necessarily this size, but it just has to be one little, I guess, layer of your base, and it needs to look absolutely gorgeous, so that way I can talk about all the details and, I guess, techniques that you used in it. But I want to get somebody involved in building process because I think it's pretty cool to try to get you guys involved. So if you guys have built a faction base and or are going to build one, let me know. Follow me on Twitter, tweet me things about this base, or show me pictures, because if I think it's good enough, I will use it in a base showcase episode, and you guys will be featured on my channel, and it'll just be a great way to show how people that are actually watching my videos are also as good of a builder as I am. So if you guys are builders as well, definitely try to build something pretty cool, and I will definitely use it. So as always, guys, I love you all. See you guys later. Peace out.